My name is Roy Bennett, and this video will be deconstructing the top-down RPG click-to-move mechanic. I have found that with many top-down RPG games, the click-to-move mechanic has to be both precise and responsive. The precision is generally handled with a raycast that fires out from the camera, hitting a location in the game world that the player has clicked on, which then triggers a chain reaction of events such as the animation of the character running to that location and then stopping precisely at that clicked-upon location. But what else is really going on here? If we look at Torchlight II, I would like for you to imagine a somewhat circular indicator that appears wherever I click. About this size. Because behind the scenes, that's actually the circular radius that has been scripted out to handle multiple variations of click-to-move based scenarios. For example, what happens when I click directly on my player's location? Nothing really, but are we sure? Watch as I click and hold the left mouse button down and slowly move around the dead zone. The character begins to slowly rotate towards that click location. But again, look at my mouse cursor. Notice that invisible circular indicator? That is the key to crafting out this mechanic. Now, this dead zone is handled differently depending on what game you're playing. For instance, in Diablo 3, the character will automatically move just outside this location toward the direction that my mouse cursor clicked, which I honestly prefer over just having the character rotate on a dime like this. But this ultimately comes down to the designer's and developer's choice. But click-to-move at its core is comprised of this hidden or sometimes visible circle that is dead center on the player's location. Values on the x-axis and the z-axis are recorded to the hit location where the player has clicked. Depending on those values, my player will rotate towards and move to that destination on the coordinate plane. Let's take another look at the same functionality used in a game called Mages of Mystralia. Now, this game uses WSAD to move the character, but the core actions such as attacking and using abilities are all reliant upon the mouse click and the mechanic I've been so far deconstructing. When I use an ability here, my mage rotates in the similar fashion as Torchlight II. We have the same exact mechanic working here as it did in that game, but I wanted to take it further to demonstrate something important, which in this game helps to demonstrate more easily than others, but trust me, this functionality appears in probably all the click-to-move RPG games you play. So remember that invisible circle at the foot of the player? Well, watch how precise it is when collecting those X and Z values. If I position my cursor as precisely as I can in the center of my character, you can see that it still rotates towards that position. That's because the position of my character's location is 0, and we are rotating depending on if our X or Z values are either in the positive or negative. So these values have to be so precise that they range into the tens, if not hundred thousands places in decimal format. So if I move even the slightest bit in either direction, my character will aim and rotate towards that direction with extreme precision. And that's my deconstruction for top-down RPG click-to-move mechanics. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.